Deanna's beautiful green eyes widened a little bit more, and as Sage got closer, she could hear her friend's frightened little squeaks. Immediately, she depressed the button on the tiny device in her pocket. At the sound of the click, Charlie raised his head and glanced around. Another click, and he reluctantly trotted over to Sage. She clipped on his collar and leash, then fed him the treat he expected for responding to the signal. As the lion ate the chunk of chicken, Sage heard Deanna's faint voice ask, "Can I get up now?" "Absolutely." Sage looked at her friend. "Why are you on the ground?" Deanna rose to her feet and brushed the dust from her pink capris. "Well, I was waiting for you at the entrance like we arranged, and suddenly the gate swung open and that beast ran toward me. When I realized there was a lion coming at me, I think I might have passed out." "Running?" Sage raised a brow. These days, Charlie barely made it to a fast walk. "Running." Deanna nodded firmly, then relented and said, "Okay, maybe trotting." She put her hands on her hips. "Why weren't you there? You were supposed to meet me at 10. "Oops." Sage put her hand over her mouth. "I am so sorry. When I found out that Charlie was missing, I forgot about your tour." She glanced at her watch. "I have 90 minutes before the staff conference. Do you still want to see the place?" "Definitely." Deanna refastened her ponytail. "But can I carry the gun?" Sage laughed and shook her head. Deanna might have grown up on a farm, but Sage knew for a fact that she hadn't touched a weapon in at least 15 years. While Sage showed her friend around, they chatted about Deanna's recent marriage to Nico Thorne, one of Illinois' hottest young chefs. The newlyweds had opened up a restaurant together. Nico was in charge of the kitchen, and Deanna ran the front of the house. The couple had arrived in Las Vegas on the red-eye to enjoy a belated honeymoon, but Nico had promised to help out his brother this morning, leaving Deanna time to spend with Sage. As Deanna talked about the fun of working with Nico, Sage saw the love shining from her friend's eyes and the glow of happiness that surrounded her. Sage swallowed a tiny bit of jealousy that had lodged in her throat. Although she was truly thrilled for Deanna, a small part of Sage wished it had been her who had found Mr. Right. But that wasn't going to happen any time soon. After her disastrous affair at her last gig, she'd given up on men and completely stopped dating. Her ex had been the director of the zoo where she'd been working, so when things fell apart, she'd not only lost her boyfriend, but also her job. Although the counterfeit cowboy, a.k.a. Ryan, hadn't fired her, he was too much of a coward to make that kind of move. He'd made her job as the zoo veterinarian so difficult that the board had suggested she quit to ensure that the animals would receive the care they deserved. And for Sage, the animals always came first. Shaking her head at her past mistakes, Sage refocused on her friend. Luckily, neither Harriet, the cheetah, nor Dundee, the wallaby, showed their faces. So Deanna relaxed and enjoyed her visit. Time flew, and it seemed like Deanna had only just arrived when Sage checked her watch and saw that she needed to escort her friend back to the gate. After promises of getting together the next afternoon, Deanna left and Sage made a run for the administration building. She only had a few minutes to get to the conference room for the staff meeting, but having skipped breakfast, she was starving. After grabbing a veggie sub and a can of Diet Coke, Sage took a seat next to Lonnie Lee, one of the 3 animal caretakers, and asked if he knew anything about the meeting's agenda. Before Lonnie could answer, Ken rapped his fork against his water glass and said, "As you all know, we've